You know, I think no matter what happens here, it's going to lead to some interesting developments here in Group B for the ESL Pro League. But Hugo, we don't have to wait any longer. We're in Mirage, everything's ready, server conditions are looking good, and it will be the A-side play from Devils.one. This utility reigns in to block off the cross, and that leaves Get Right along with Rez here to try and hold this push back. Rez finally gets checked, tries to play the Trigger Discipline. Finally going to deal with him. Is Taz. They do deal with a man under Palace, and now the A bomb site has crumbled. Bomb goes down here for Devils.one and sitting 4v3 in the post plant. NiP retaken in through CT and connector, but Dennis with just 4 points of health. Gonna struggle to find much here. Mouse deletes Forest, and this leaves Lecro in the 1v4.
A round of missed shots for NiP, and great capitalization off the back of that by Devils.one. They take jungle, they cut off that point of rotation from NiP through the CT spawn. And yeah, as you said, your Trigger Discipline missed by Rez. He could only get one under balcony, and turns out to be the only kill they get in the entire round. Devils.one keep 4 alive, and then move forward to the second here on the T side. Now, NiP will be force buying Harry, and this is a similar buy to what we saw in Train as well. Lots of utility and a single scout. We saw in Train they ran a similar round with 3 scouts and a bunch of nades. Managed to pick it up. These nades can be brutal if thrown together, but not only can they be brutal if thrown together, you know, if any damage comes off of these nades, 30 damage or so, it means this scout is even more valuable, right? So let's see if NiP can do much with them. Setting up towards the B site are Devils.one. Very early on with pretty much everyone inside of these apartments now grouped up and ready to go. It's NiP, triple setup here, and with the nades as well, one of them at least. Lecro going to be jump spotting. He spots the push to come through, waits for the flashes to follow, and they will.
Oh, Dennis gracing the scoreboard initially. The nade going to find some good damage as well. And Devils.one, they're ducking out of the B apartments. Get Right. Drop in another, and now Ralin and the gang up through connector going to try and hit this A bomb site, but Rez has been waiting so patiently here. Looking to get rewarded for his patience is Rez. Ralin deletes one. Rez going to line up the double, and now that leaves Taz left to clutch. 1v4 does shut down Lecro over towards short, but he's going to get silenced by Forest, and NiP will be in with a swift return here. This has been the real story of this Group B, right? It has just been these force buys in the second round working in every series that we've seen.
No matter who's playing and who they're playing against, Harry, no one seems to be converting pistol rounds. So yeah, definitely not a huge surprise to see that, to be honest. And Devils.one looking to keep the force buy wars on here on the T side. The Eagles are out with utility behind it. You could see them pull the plug on that B play very early on after they lost the first pick, and very much fell apart from that. For now, just splitting up is Mouse up in the Palace. The rest of his teammates B-centric right now, but this is not a commitment. They're just holding on to see if NiP push the top of middle. Rez is just going to be fighting the underpass. NiP not being called to get aggressive on this CT side. The most they're even doing is jump spotting on B. They've given up A as well with this triple mid setup. Playing retake with Get Right in the CT spawn. Not exactly got the gun for this, though. Devils.one will be throwing smokes over, though. Looking to potentially go for this A play after all with the bomb drop back down ramp. Ralin looking to split through the connector alongside Maniz. If given the room in middle, though, because remember, we still have this triple mid setup, and now it will finally be spotted. Dennis doing some damage. Forest takes first blood. Devils.one, they are having a tough time in finding picks with these Deagles. Get Right now gets more info that they're out on A, and he can just call for the rotate through back through connector rather. Smoke at the CT spawn, gets peeked from the Palace, and Dennis will bail him out. Bomb still yet to be picked up. Dennis is having an absolute field day with 3, and Maniz is late up ramp, but doesn't leave much to the imagination. 25 seconds left for him to try and get a bomb plant, and there's no way in hell NiP will allow that.
No, definitely not. Might catch the timing, but no. Forest able to help out from short, and that will be NiP converting that anti-eco round, and now it is just the flat eco from Devils.one here. NiP poised to take the 3-1 lead. One man I think it's worth bringing up is the one sat closest to the screen right now, Dennis, obviously making a full recovery from the health reason that meant he had to step on down for a bit. I think the NiP management even went on to say how they didn't anticipate him being back so soon.
Speedy Gonzalez.
Yeah, taking his position back from Draken within this squad. Now, yesterday on Mirage, we saw him be a real beast to contend with inside of the A-bomb site. That's been switched up a bit now as his role is kind of fixated over towards this mid portion of the map. Rez down here at the lower tunnels able to dispatch of Taz. And in response to knowing there's a man down in mid, Devils.one trying to push the top portion of the map, trying to deal with the fact that you've got Rez down in the lower tunnels, but there was a very purposeful crossfire set up between Dennis and Rez to make sure that didn't happen.
Rez even had the bomb as well, so Devils.one, they were just hoping they could catch Rez focusing on the underpass, but yeah, as you say, heavy mid setup from NiP. It's been the name of the game already this map, with a lot of triple mid setups. Now Devils.one may read into that and go for a fast site execute, but the benefit of it is, you know, you're going to be less constricted to fighting within the site, especially over on A. You can set up for retakes. NiP have the money, so they got the kits and nades for it. Early cap boost for Forest. He's going to be flashed off by these Ts, but still aggressively so in the smoke. Diha trying to get into the B-bomb site as well. Forest has managed to push all the way up towards the top of middle, but if he goes around this corner, oh, it's very well timed. Player with the bomb turned round, so Forest did spot it and give it up. Could have carried on pushing, but he shot and missed, and Maniz turned back, so he'll be keeping an eye on the top of middle for the time being, making sure this rotate doesn't come through from Forest. In the meantime, looking to be the B play for Devils.one. Lekro's still on this MAC-10. But with the crossfire from him and Forest on the bomb site, if this execute comes through, Devils.one need to hit their shots because they're looking to be fully committed here. Taz trying to sell the fake over on A, but will NiP fall for it?
It's just one smoke, so
it's
you...
actually two. One came out from the top and middle.
That's nice. So that will draw the eyes of NiP towards this A side of the map. Now the B play looking to come through, and as you highlighted, it's Lekro and Forest here. Forest instantly bested.
Wow.
Diha with two massive kills to crack this B-bomb site open, and now these rotations coming in from NiP. The late wrap from Taz looks to be something to secure this round for Devils.one.
And just no kill being offered up as well. These Ts are not taking a fight in the post plant. Dennis is getting wrapped as well from the spawn. Somewhat aware of the possibility here. Knowing there wasn't a fake player early on in the round. That'll be Taz. Gun spotted, and doesn't matter. Dennis is dead. A weird round from NiP there. I guess maybe mentally they weren't ready for the B push, but they certainly didn't rotate off of the bomb site. They threw nades in. They did damage to Devils.one when they came through the apartments. But still, losing both gunfights in the site. And a retake unrealistic. It's Diha with a massive round. 10 HP after the first kill, and he gets 3. Get right won't be able to stop him in his tracks, but might be able to upgrade to a Galil at the end of the round. That's something at least. Chase traded back from the UMP. Second round taken here for the Polish. Looking to piece things together on this T side. I very much like that fake as well. You know, you have Taz throwing nades over from the A site. You have Maniz at the top of middle throwing a jungle smoke. NiP, hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, but obviously that was largely the bonus round attempt from NiP. Now they've still got this buy in the tank. The AWP going to be throwing over on it to Dennis. As we've seen from NiP, they kind of just rotate this around between anyone within their squad.
We had 4 players play it yesterday.
Yeah, but we could already see 2 in this round. It's Lekro and Dennis sporting them. And another slow round from Devils.one, waiting to see if NiP decide to push and prod this map anywhere. Won't be offered anything just yet. NiP answering back with a very passive setup of their own. The one problem that Devils.one are going to have is they haven't drawn really any utility out from NiP just yet. So as this push does look to come in, when it eventually does, you're going to have a lot to respond with over on the side of NiP. These smokes starting to rain in towards the A-bomb site. It's just that one smoke down on the cross, maybe trying to lull NiP into the idea that they're faking this A-bomb site once again. Now they set up the smokes for real to try and make this play happen. And it will be the A commitment. No wrap from mid. Instead, 4 players out from ramp and Mao's up in Palace. Now the Molotov's raiding in to try and section them off, but they do lose Dennis over in CT. Rez has come rotating in and look to try and save the day, but Manish beheads him, so this A bomb site has just been overrun. And for Forest and Lecro, they've just got to save.
Yeah, done deal there. Just not hitting the shots again for NiP back on that site. The AWP missing in the CT spawn. Get right, not able to get anything done from the Palace. I think he got shot through smoke there. That'll be Devils.one just running wild over this bomb site. You know, it's not like they've been even outbraining NiP a lot of these rounds. NiP have had good setups and multiple players on the bomb sites when Devils.one have gone for these executes, but they have just been out-dueling them, which spells, you know, a very good picture for Devils.one in this matchup. You know, NiP picked up the win yesterday versus Heroic, Harry, but I've got to say, if Forest didn't have the game that he did, I don't know whether that would have happened at all. And if he doesn't have the performance here today, who knows how that's going to affect the NiP camp. For now, we're early days, 3-3. But money is starting to run dry for NiP. They've got one more buy round left before they'll be back onto pistols.
Yeah, but the point you raise is still a very valid one, right? This NiP roster have been very reliant in really any event we see them do all too well on, at least as of late, on having Forest have these massive performances. And yeah, the way that can let you down, as many teams have learned in the past, is, you know, the second your one loose cannon isn't really showing up, that is where the problems start to show. Now, Devils.one once again back into this slow default to kickstart this round, this time with more of a showing over towards the B side. D has started to slip on through this smoke. And the thing is, for NiP, they might start to think maybe the switch up is they need to be a bit more proactive in taking this map control, and that's when Devils.one are going to feel pretty happy in that fact, right? They've been playing this very, very slow default, waiting for the aggression across the map. And then they do just kind of look to collapse into bomb sites. It will be B, the site in question this time around. Lecro going to miss that initial shot, and now he gets smoked off. Forest over at short makes his presence known and is going to get dropped as a result. The B bomb site is gone. And NiP 3-on-5. This is looking like it might just have to be another save for the Swedish squad.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that as well, right? They lose the site on a retake setup, and then Lecro and Forest both go for gunfights. I feel like NiP certainly could have given that up and played for a 5-on-5 retake. Not, of course, common by any means, but far better odds than Lecro running into the site with an AWP and getting anything more than one kill done. There's no way he gets more than one kill in that. Now, what is happening? NiP are in the bomb site. They found themselves a 3-on-2, but this time is still not working in their favor. Get Right's dead, and Dennis caught in the middle of the site. It's Rez on the wrap round. Rallen will watch it. 3 kills from him. And Devils.one pick up the round, 4-3. Yeah, certainly questionable for NiP to make the call to fight that round. Once the smokes land in the bomb site, and you're convinced that that's an actual execute, if 5 players, even 4 players are hitting for Devils.one, you're not going to get favorable trades unless you play for a retake there. So NiP, they give away that round, they give away their money, and they give away the lead. 4 rounds in favor of the Poles.
And these being the sort of risks that might have worked yesterday versus Heroic, but they are not working versus Devils.one here. This time, a much more proactive stance in taking mid-control from the Poles. They set Manish up here with the AWP, and now they can look to slow things down once again. They know the pressure is on NiP in this round. They know the money's not going to be looking great. So once again, they will just sit back and wait to see if any of these duels offer themselves up. And yeah, I mean, you know, for NiP, it's these sorts of rounds where you usually see some more aggression come through, right? Try and get a feel for how Devils.one are playing this T side. Instead, they're just sitting on their laurels, waiting. Ooh, Manish.
Oh. Can't even blame him for that one. Taz walked right into it. NiP are a man up here, but this is still shouldn't be dangerous. Mouse gets tagged very heavily. Dennis can make this work with a deagle. They're both low as they push up through the catwalk. waiting for the right timing, trying to catch a player in transition. His teammate comes out through the window, and they'll go for a 1-for-2. That's not favorable, but Dennis could still win this round. D has the saving grace on full HP, but Dennis not going to be able to land the 1-dig. It will be the round going the way of Devils.one, as it should have, with that being an eco for NiP, but they certainly make it close. And can buy up off the back of that. No AWP though here, Harry. At least for the Ninjas. And only one kit to work with as well.
Yeah, that's a worrying part to take into account, right? This time Dennis going to try and probe mid. We haven't seen any CT side aggression from NiP just yet, so this round could be the first. Dennis is biding his time right now. Ralin starting to creep out into mid. The rest of Devils.one setting up down towards the ramp. Flash is there, and that allows Dennis to pluck Ralin from the ranks very early in this round. And now Devils.one, for the first time in a while, they're going to have to try and fight back being a man down here. 4-on-5 as they turn their sights towards the A bomb site. D has started to rotate back through T-spawn to retrieve that bomb. Smoke going to keep Dennis from helping his teammate out under Palace all too much. So in response, Rez just goes barreling through that defensive smoke from Devils.one and is able to tag up and drop Taz over on the Tetris. Now Get Right makes his position known. And Dennis going to help out. Diha left in the 1v4, emerging late from the Palace, has dropped the first man. Lekro is a long way away from this A bomb site, so for the time being, Diha does have himself a 1v2.
But the molly's down. It will hold him back for a few more seconds, and Lekro's got him cut off, so cornered in this Palace. He's hoping to win another duel, but Rez is ready to jump up, and he'll get it done. NiP winning a round, and yeah, as you said, Harry, you painted that picture very well. It was the mid-aggression that started things off for NiP. Getting that first pick to Ralin, taking him down, and then backing off both mid players towards the A site. They finally had an ample defense. We've seen NiP consistently, be caught with awkward setups and having solo A players or giving up B and then getting rushed. The one round that they actually get a pick and take a 5-on-4, they immediately have a 3-man A setup off the back of that and are able to convert it. So 4-5, still a buy here for Devils.one. The AWP retrieve for Dennis as well. He's got that to play with in this round. They're not going to be able to drop one over to Miniz either, so Dennis is going to have a lot of room to play with.
And this time NiP deciding just to watch mid from Rez down in the connector. It's Lekro to open this round up and actually get rid of DR on his aggressive probing of the B apartments. Devils.one throwing back into a 4-on-5 once again. History repeating itself a bit here for the Polish side. They're going to be setting up for the A side take. Two players looking to try and burst out from the Palace. Get Right in CT will get smoked off, so he goes ahead of it. Takes a position inside of A. Flash is now raiding in. He's fully blind, but no peek from Palace just yet. And this push has had a lot of the steam sucked out of it. Taz does delete Rez at the very least. Still the late wrap. An option from Miniz. The issue is he's lost the rest of his teammates inside of the A bomb site, so this wrap is very reliant on them finding success. He might bypass Lekro here, but he gets spotted, and that's the information gained. That was 1v3 and not quite ready for Dennis, posted up in CT with the AWP. NiP straight back in with a 5th round here. They tie things up once again, trying to right their wrongs from these last few rounds.
And doing a very good job of deciding the gunfights as well. They're not giving Devils.one the engagements that they want. You could see them hesitating out Ramp and Palace after throwing the utility, hoping that NiP would take a fight to give Devils.one the pick. It doesn't happen. Get Right hides default. He waits for them to commit, and once Taz is actually out inside of the bomb site, Get Right swings, takes him down, picks up another man trying to trade him from the Palace, and NiP take a convincing round. Now it is just pistols here for the Poles. Good nade to Dennis, but swinging through the connector potentially where another rifle sits. It's Rez, just shot through the smoke. Diha again impressing us here. They could even boost window as well if they catch the timing. Forest is up on the catwalk, focused on this short play rather than the window boost. That nade could do some damage, but it won't. Taz creeps into the ladder room. And we do have this window boost employed as well. Lots of map control for Devils.one, considering the lack of weaponry they have, but they've retrieved a rifle on Rallen. And now NiP responding with aggression of their own. They take a B apartment, they take Palace. And these are, great for giving up middle and giving away a bomb site, but attacking from a, unexpected angle. Geraya is full flanking, and he's going to find the bomb in the spawn. He should be hearing these footsteps as well.
Yeah, and on the back of it, you imagine this is where we see some rotations look to come through from NiP. Uh-oh. Get right, and Lekro suddenly left it at 2-on-5. These were the two players that went aggressive as well. Now, this could prove to help them out, as it does facilitate this fast flank from Get Right. Bomb's going to get planted for CT, and that's where Diha is posted up on this AWP. Lekro is still such a long way from this A side of the map. Good damage found onto Diha down in CT. With Lekro joining Get Right here at the ramp, both players retaking from the same position. Diha hasn't spotted the second man just yet. Time is becoming the real problem here for NiP. They've got to pick up the pace if they want to stand any chance in this retake. And with Muniz now making his presence known, Get Right decides just to duck on out of there, but he's not going to get away. And Devils.one snatching an eco round from beneath NiP. Continue this lead. They're going to move up 6-5.
Yeah, and Get Right had such a huge flank up on Palace, but he doubles back to ramp, and I don't blame him for that call. The issue was Devils.one planted default for the CT spawn. So Get Right full lurks and gets a flank in ramp, expecting an open plant and players within the bomb site. No, they've hidden up in Palace and CT. They're not giving him gunfights. So, unfortunate way to lose that round. But very well played from Devils.one to get themselves in that situation. And they are, as you said, Harry, in the lead. Up against Pistols. So 7-5 on the cards here for Devils.one. NiP, no idea where this push is coming through, and it's yet to be confirmed either for this T side, who just hold on to the top of middle and B apartments, waiting to see if NiP pull in any aggression with these Pistols. Rallen keeping the pressure up in middle, but NiP not budging too much, with the exception of this underpass push that's put them in top B apps. It's not going to be too valuable. They've only got 2 players on the A site, and they've lost their flank, so now the information gone from NiP's heads, and they might even pre-rotate. Yeah, they've done it. Lekro's left the A site where the bomb's pushing. Dennis is alone. He's got to save the day, but he can't even hit a shot. And Devils.one, that's it. That's the anti-eco surely done at this point. 2 players left up for NiP, desperately trying to claw their way back into this A site.
Yeah, no love for Lekro over at CT. And Forest 1v5 with the Deagle. He's been very good in 1vx scenarios, but this is one that you can pretty much afford to write off. Even if, yeah, they check it. They're going to check every corner at that point in time, right? You know that Forest is going to be around somewhere. It's just a matter of where. And now 7-5 up are Devils.one. And bear in mind, right, they're doing all of this while Muniz only has 1 kill to his name. There's still a 5th man in the server for this Devils.one side that could look to step up and join the fray. Somewhat helped out by the fact that NiP aren't having the same big performances from Forest that we so often seen, and Lekro's been struggling a bit early on in this matchup. We need to see the recovery from these two if NiP want to keep up these strong appearances. Because a 7-5 scoreline is already a good enough T side for Devils.one. They're going to look to keep on building on that here, though. And having NiP in this position where their money is always at breaking point is such a strong one to have if you're Devils.one, just to keep building upon these leads. Setting up for the A play once again. And I mean, even tactically, right, they haven't really thrown in anything spectacular. It has just been these slow defaults initially, wait for any aggression, and then just pick a bomb site, A or B. Throw in the set nades, and then play off the back of it. So Same again here. Smoke's down for the bomb site push, and they will corner off everyone from NiP. Setting up for the retake here are the Swedes. And it will be 5 on 5 as that bomb looks to go down. There's Forest to find the first man. He deals with Taz as the two old boys go head to head. Forest emerges victorious. Now Get Right gonna rear his head out from CT and cuts down Rarlan. Dihar with the trade, so does make this still a doable round for Devils.one, and he's in with a second. That bomb ticking down. NiP trying to pick up the pace, trying to get into this bomb site, and they have dealt with Dihar at least. And Manice falling as well. Matter of seconds, Lecro swoops in and saves the day. 6th round for NiP. As the 5 on 5 retake goes their way.
And Diaz looks so impressive. Although he's not able to save the round there, a couple of huge kills from the Tetris. He had previously had that triple B entry with 10 points of health on one of the first rifle rounds as well. He's currently sitting top of the entire server. Devils.one still sit in the lead here, Harry. 7-6 up. We've got another buy for both sides. Money is going to be fine for the rest of the half ready for Devils.one, because loss bonus will kick in as they start to lose. If they do lose, that is. Dennis is going to try and make it so. He pushes the top of middle, but Molotov's coming through. He decides to back off. Flashes as well. Lekro's up in the palace holding for the peak, and he'll get it. Free kill for NiP to start things off. Man advantage. Devils.one still going back towards his A site here with the bomb. Put some pressure on B with utility that will actually draw the rotate of the AWP from Lekro, who's moved back into the site. Now, NiP can, of course, afford to play for retake on A, and that's what they'll decide to do, moving Get Right into the spawn as he's been playing the majority of this map so far. Devils.one just trying to go for default A smokes. But this is going to end us in a very similar round to the previous Harry, which, if you recall, did not go too well for the Polish. They've got to try and switch things up, maybe get a little more aggressive at the post plant rather than give NiP the room to work with, especially considering they have the man advantage.
Flash from Get Right does a good job of holding back Devils.one. Dennis goes straight through these offensive smokes, trying to take the fight out of the players at ramp, and Taz well managed the trade. These rotations being given so much time to come through, and Dihar, what? There's a smoke there. He just cuts down Forest. It's deforestation, and Diaz in with 3. Where has this come from? Surely doesn't get the 4th. They finally deal with him, but Taz is able to clutch things out in the 1v1. And oh my, 8-6, Devils.one. More, I mean, just Dia, take a bow. He is looking fantastic.
Every rifle round that they needed to step up, he does. 3 huge entries into that bomb site in a situation where NiP was sitting in a 4-on-2, Harry. They had that one almost guaranteed to be locked in. The bomb was down on ramp. They knew what both of these Ts were, and Dihar just swings out Palace with 3. Unreal round from him. The X factor for Devils.one. NiP, they've had enough of this. They're getting aggressive, and they will get a 1-for-1 from it. Get Right still here, looking for more. Ammo runs dry, and he goes down. But 2 for 2. Hey, this is all right for NiP. The issue is the mid-play. Manice has come out clutch with a kill to Forest off short. That's opened up B, and now you can see the hesitation. Devils.one going, okay, let's not rush this. We've got a 3-on-2. We've split NiP up, and we've also got the B bomb site. They don't know that just yet, but Manice has carved a path to success here. Victory lane is just around the corner, and Devils.one will sneak their way to it through the T spawn. They look towards B. Now Rez going to begin to get curious as well, as he's not seen anyone in quite a while. He'll peer into middle. Now, if he gets the timing right, he could cut this bomb off, or even if he doesn't cut it off, he could get the information as to where this bomb is. But Taz is below, and Rez spots it. Missed shots, finally converts the kill. Doesn't see Mouse, I don't think, but backs off like he knows. The problem is Maniz is here as well. He's getting cornered, he's getting pinched, and Maniz will attack from the back lines. Now it's just Lekro. No idea where he is on the side of Devils.one, but that will certainly tell them.
And now down to this 1v1, it's Mars versus Lekro. Lekro struggled at the beginning of this best of 3. Coming into round, I think it was 13, he was sitting bottom of the board with 2 kills to his name. He's had a couple of big moments, though, for NiP when they've needed him to. This will have been a 1v2 to pick up a 7th round if he gets it. The bomb goes down over here towards A. Mouse is given so much time to set up his post plant, it's not even funny. Lekro on this long rotation round. Ooh, we saw him. Catches Mouse crossing back in the bomb site. Now knows got to be towards this ramp side somewhere. Bomb is planted for him. Like Grote, time ticking down, really. Oh, he's trying to be careful, trying to check all the angles. Thinks he knows the whereabouts, and he does. He's going to be out. He's going to clutch the 1v1, taking down Mouse, salvaging a 7th half for NiP, and this is split right down the middle here at the end of the first half. A very competitive game of Counter-Strike, very back and forth. NiP's T-side coming up in just a minute. And I want to see if they can pull this one back, or will we be seeing Devils.one take their first map victory here at the Pro League in Group B? We'll find out after the break. Well, Devils.one sitting it with a lead, albeit by the skin of their teeth. 8-7 at the end of the first half there. Hugo, NiP being able to salvage a couple of rounds and make it a respectable half. You consider the fact that they had the lead in the early stages of that game, though, and Devils.one, the fact that they're able to finish things off, sporting the one-round advantage here heading into the second half, is an exciting prospect. Now moving into their CT side. NiP over on the T side of things, they've got utility for the A play. You've got a smoke for stairs and a smoke for the cross. They're going to get lined up now while the rest of the players look to try and burst out from the palace.